Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually turn dull and routine.
What did you do then?
Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once, that sort of thing. Stole the pea out from under the princess. Who sleeps to this day, I think.
Let's go!
Faster! Come on, you... Know what? They need names. The Emperor of Nilfgaard.
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistek?
Remind me, what tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass, but no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Find us.
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from Aturius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my...
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not, huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
All right, let's play.
Don't get your hopes up. None can best me at Gwent. choice. A word to...
All right. Tell me
What?
what you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you.
Contract from a goose. That's new.
Do you really aim to concern yourself with that?
A true Witcher should never abandon poultry in distress.
What is it, Luffs? What is it you want?
What have you got to sell exactly?
Like I said, tobacco, fish steak.
Wasting time here, Sienna. Let's go. Longlock's tower?
Indeed. It's even taller than I remember.
Wait. What Joss said about the third beam, remember?
In the possession of a bold farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this must be it. Let's go. It always grapple up her braid in the past, but I don't see it anywhere.
We'll find another way up. Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing's not my strong suit.
Prince's corpse. Tried to free Longlocks, but fell and broke his neck. Here it is. Would have stunk to climb all that way for nothing.
So?
Got the bean, but Longlocks. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Dettlaff was a tool, and only a tool.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his.
to use him. Was that you?
No. At first, I was simply intrigued. Do you know the story? It was in Metina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off to a fencer. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Dettlaff. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick. He gripped it through a cloth. That caught my eye. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught on quick.
Yeah, superhuman senses will...
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me. Alas, he didn't in the least. After all, I'm a monster too, am I not?
A higher vampire and you were unimpressed? Don't know if that's brave.
I've always had a way with ostensibly dangerous, quiet...
That's supposed to be about me.
Ugh, brother, I hate to disappoint you, Geralt, but your belly button is not the center of the known world. No, you do remind me of him a bit, stifling all emotions inside you. You see, when I met Dettlaff, somehow I knew, call it intuition, that he meant me no harm, that he was trying to frighten me off, for he too was scared.
I guess. What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. I truly enjoyed it at first, but only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, unconditionally, wildly. To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed, let alone someone as...
So there came a day you just up and just...
Yes, there was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him and concluded he...
Playing with fire, that...
Definitely. And either I'll get burned, or I'll burn all else down.
Got a history with Dettlaff now, so this meeting will be different.
I can handle him.
Mm-hmm.
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sort off to this fecking Fablesphere.
Run, Roach.
Watch out! Pixies!
Show me what you got.
Athena! That was my favorite tale!
Why is that?
Because it wasn't about a princess. Tales about princesses are insufferable. Oh, the Three Little Pigs homes. You know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Brick's the only one left.
We should look inside. Remember Joss's words?
One being lies out in the open, guarded by 3 nobodies. Yeah, could be it.
I shall butcher you! Oh, Pumbox, they didn't like that! I shall butcher you!
The big bad witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a beam.
It cannot be!
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Stunted a bit, but you...
Well, well, aren't you full of surprises? What else are you hiding behind that gruff exterior?
Not a bad singer. Do a pretty mean rendition of The Maids of Vicovaro, for instance. But some other time, maybe.
But here we are chatting away when there's... We must keep looking. So, do you like it here?
No, got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh? I like that.
doesn't seem to be at home. A feather. Broken. There was a fight. Goose feathers. Must have been flapping its wings. Or did it just get plucked?
Watch out! Pixies! Hey, there, in the trees. Some kind of camp? Rat bastard!
Defend the goose! The golden eggs will be ours! You mean to cross the barbarous Barbarossa? Not on your life!
Range birds are so much better.
Oh well.
Where's the key?
Here it is. Got it. Good thing you posted that notice. Never would have found you.
Oh look, she laid a golden egg for you.
If only All Might would have preferred a magic bean, but not about to complain.
Did you really travel all the way here for a contract?
Nature of the job.
I don't believe it. You must have had another reason.
Well, spent a few idyllic months in Beauclair some time past. Part of me wanted to come back, I think.
Oh yes. Visit Toussaint once and you'll always long to return.
Hello? Can we talk?
Schwungbroch, my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. But, what brings you?
You could always have a drink.
Oh, what now? Not on your...
You know what they say about the hair of the...
Out of the question. And why must you drink? Do you wish to drown some sorrow? And I don't mean to pry, but you don't look much like a young duchess.
They stripped me of my title and birthright, then banished me.
Listen, looking for me.
I was given one for safekeeping, but...
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided good now what's at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter. Which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you. Not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me.
Wolf's pretty cranky.
Surprised? Think about it. He was cast in the role of the Nemesis without... It's a dog's life,
So,
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. A piece of apparel.
that's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance.
All right, time to jump in the well.
Break a leg. Any luck?
Yep, look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it to me. How do I look?
Honestly, so-so.
Women must love you.
Actually, I do just fine.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the...
And you, the hunter.
You again? I thought I was clear. I will not talk to you if Little Red Riding Hood is not with you!
Not a problem.
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid
But Grandmama,
better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what?
The better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
I'm fierce.
Show me what you got.
Remember what Joss said about the red beam. A human has it, and he definitely didn't swallow it.
Gotta open. Bottle caps, fake teeth, a corkscrew.
Ah, at last.
What?
I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they cast me out?
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear the rest. Let's see.
Yes, and the noble knights of Toussaint, I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in... They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. Eventually, I became their leader.
Should have stayed.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should have forgotten. But you know what? There came a point when I thought, you wanted a monster.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her. Right. We've had our chat.
Four animals stacked atop each other. What was the tale called again?
Musicians of Blaviken. Huh. You've some link to the town as well, don't you?
But my tale's not much like this one.
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. You call me cruel.
Wolves on the prowl! Coming down the mountain!
Right, this is the spot. Pull out the beans. Wait!
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them!
Something's always gotta go wrong.
The home stretch. Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
For a fairy tale creature, that was one tough son of a wench.
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
That so? How?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last one.
Another time, another place maybe. No offense.
None taken. You spoke clearly, you spoke honestly. It's fine. Come. The exit's this way.
Will-o'-the-wisp. It's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Just curious. Why do you want the Heart of Toussaint and the ducal wine?
They were my right, my due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
crystals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Anariette and I would use it to...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary, thus I knew where to await you. Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating...
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying manipulator you are?
Sienna, you've already run afoul of one vampire. Don't start.
Then tell said other vampire to stop talking.
I shall do my utmost.
Let's go. Really want to be done with this. Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive. So aware. Honestly, what did Dettlaff ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when set X is...
I doubt he'll be in the mood for...
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer... Yet I owe him this meeting.
Let's get ready. Sienna, I have a question I must ask you.
Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Dettlaff, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
The ribbon?
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her! you!
Didn't plan any of it. Nice place.
Isn't it?
Is it? Perhaps.
Let's get ready. The ribbon.
I want you just the most. You tricked me, both of you! Silence! Start praying now!
Nice play.
Isn't it?
Is perhaps.
Let's get rid. The ribbon.
I want you just like me. Both of you! Silence!
Nice.
Isn't.
Is perhaps.
Let's get.
I want you just like me. Both of you!
Any of it.
Silence!
Lost your nerve. Nice play.
Isn't.
Is it perhaps.
Let's get. The ribbon.
Just the last. You tricked me.
Didn't plan any of it. Nice place.
Isn't it?
Is it, though? Perhaps.
Let's get the ribbon.
I want you just for that! You hear me? Both of you!
Man, any of it.
isn't.
Is it? Perhaps.
Let's get the ribbon.
I want you just for laughs. You tricked me.
Didn't plan any of it.
Start playing now.
Nice place.
Is it? Perhaps.
Let's get ready. The ribbon.
Just the last. You tricked me. Both of you.
Didn't
Silence.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist. My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor...
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave.
All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced...
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me late.
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring...
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory? After all...
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercise. Syanna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Syanna's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her...
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed...
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you...
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our... I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes... Of course, the same holds true for militia.
The letters. What's the...
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue loosening. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me.
All in all, why not check up on that?
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now. Or if you will first destroy it.
Promise to be careful.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boot.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech.
Guess they could use it.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letter.
Why, of course. I mean...
If you're about to tell me this info... How'd you get the...
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this
You didn't ask about
Beggars.
Why, 4. 1 for...
Just 4? Sure you didn't get...
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything...
What? Come now. Each was different. Oh, I know. They all...
Kid, my patience is starting to... Remember what they look...
Of course. I've a mind like a steel trap, as I said.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. But you must focus now and tell us all you...
Well, at the shop,
Where's that?
everyone knows. It's just right.
Thanks, kid. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
He stole my horse.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent... You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use... Gentlemen, calm. Either get out, along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience...
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter. Them living here.
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door. When even grown men...
Decent folk you mention.
Why? Do you doubt?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois?
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute.
Isn't that hurt?
My spirit as well as my flesh is weak.
You'll never learn.
Come now, Twitcher. Try me.
All right.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue at...
What did they want from...
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. I do not oppose going elsewhere, were we to have somewhere to go.
What is this?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and
You help them.
because they need help.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Go.
The boot black. A feist.
Any of your, Wards supposed to...
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll also... You can question them.
Sure all your...
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find it.
Thanks.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you.
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the...
Does anyone know what the gentleman means?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
I need the letter. It's very important.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago. Helped all of us.
All right. Take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyway.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. This time you will see to our Duquesa. It seems we...
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete.
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Syanna.
Indeed. The logical...
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous... Obscured the victims' links to Syanna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for...
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died, for she was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof.
Why would Syanna murder her own sister? Out of envy?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain...
Actually, look...
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes...
Seems a bit strong.
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps...
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henry... One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before... Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detloff and his minions rampage.
Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of man...
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate...
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind.
She treated Detloff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go.
Witcher.
Geralt of Rivia.
Halt!
Need to see Siana.
In the matter of?
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need to...
Ah, fine then. You're that Witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've
promised to be brief.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
You're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison.
Siana, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it... Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about...
Because she turned her...
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and you're... Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's...
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily...
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she...
I probably will.
At least you're being honest.
Lying only ever makes sense when there's a chance someone will believe you. It's actually refreshing, in a way, to say what I truly think. So why don't I do it a bit more? I was only ever nice to you to get you to sleep with me. I thought you might come in handy one day. Your comrade Regis is using you, and Anna Henrietta perceives you solely as her unthinking, blunt instrument. She's right.
Enjoy hurting people? That it? Sorry, but won't give you this...
Don't worry. I'll find a way.
Have a nice life, Siana.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you.
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is close. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with... In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May the symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sonreal, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff.
This cannot be true.
I have proof.
I do not believe it. In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my...
If my presence will help in any manner.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of...
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Duchess requested I...
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would... Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial.
Your Grace, as head of state, you should look first and foremost after your dominion. Syanna's actions, what drove them, be damned. She's a threat to your subjects.
You are correct. Syanna, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me?
I shall never forgive you.
Need some flowers. A wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral. Folk took it all. Men, women, children. All wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's... But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I've still not come to terms with it.
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Syanna, that she'd show remorse. She reached a...
I know you. You're that...
Mm-hmm.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of...
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise it.
Do just that.
Stark send the whip away those running riot.
Wanna go to the port? Maybe there's some new ship.
Citizens, a plea from Her Illustrious Highness, the Ducal Chancellor.
I knew it.
Witcher, I was certain you'd...
Couldn't.
Wondrous. Beautiful. Good. The best...
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did.
I suppose you are right. But when someone so beloved dies...
Come to pay my respect.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside then. She lies...
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood.
I regret it ended this way. That I failed to...
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect... Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of...
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent rulers.
Why the sarcasm?
I did. And I do.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to...
There exist worries for which they're quite...
Whatever you say about Sienna.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more...
True.
How do you find my personal
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in...
Fascinating. I like...
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future.
If you think it's a good idea,
Ah, not a problem.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess.